Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. I just picked up a bucket of reels from a charter boat captain. Runs out of Long Island, and I do the reel service and repair on them. These are part of his rental reel fleet. And well, when they break, he gives me a call, and we go out and try and solve the issues and get them back out there fishing again, giving them a second chance. That's what this channel is all about. It's about teaching you how to service and repair fishing reels, try to pass along what I know so that it can help you keep your reels trouble-free and ready to catch fish. And we always explore who made the reels, when they were made, how they were made, and the like. And if you enjoy those kinds of videos, I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel. Use that subscription. It doesn't cost you anything, and it will provide you a lot of information on the hobby of fishing reel service and repair, and give you the knowledge you may need to keep your reels serviced and out on the water. Well, today what we're going to look at is, why did these reels make it into this bucket? What's going to be needed to repair these? And give you a little bit of an idea about what hard use on reels causes in terms of problems or issues, and how you can resolve them. A lot of times you're going to find reels like these at flea markets, garage sales, and other places, because, well, somebody who had that reel and was using that reel kind of had the same problem, only didn't have the initiative or knowledge or ability to fix those reels and keep them going. So the captain uses a lot of Penn reels. They've been a standard forever in charter boat and for-hire fleets, and we call them head boats, we call them party boats, we call them all kinds of things. But a lot of times the Penn is the product. One, they're not that expensive. Two, they're easily fixed. Three, parts are available. And four, customers know how to fish with them. So for all of those reasons, they tend to standardize on the Penns. And I would hazard a guess that most of these Penn reels are probably 15 to 20 or more years old, and they're still out there catching fish. So there you go. Let's take a look at what made these reels go into the bucket and see what we can do. First one up here is a Penn Delmar. That's the 285. It has a broken side plate. Well, how did that happen? Chances are one of the customers got real excited when catching a fish, slammed the reel into the side rail, or dropped it on the deck. All of those will cause the Bakelite side plates to fracture. In this case, it fractured. And well, if nothing else, we can use this as a parts reel, but hopefully we'll find a side plate that we can use to replace that and keep the reel going. This is also missing the non-gear side plate bearing and adjuster. Got to go find one of those. And it's missing a screw. So the screws shake out. There's a lot of vibration on fishing boats when you get out there. If you don't keep these screws tight, those vibrations will shake out the screws. Common problem, easily fixed. We happen to have screws for that, so we can go do that. Those are used for inshore fishing. Typically what he's fishing for, well, this time of year, sea bass, scup or porgy, fluke in that time of the season, and all of those are easily handled with that type of reel. Here's a Penn Jigmaster. What do we say? Lost 2 screws on the reel seat. The other issue that we have with overuse or heavy use of a reel is that these handle knobs, which are just kind of pressed in there, you can see the pressing on the back end of this, they're pressed in, and over time they just loosen up, and you really need to knock that off and put a replacement knob on, or find a replacement handle. So let's just say, for an example, what we're going to be doing with a lot of these reels. If we cannot find a replacement side plate for this reel, what we will find is that there's a lot of good parts in here that we can use. For example, we can transfer the handle over to this reel. We can use those side plate screws to fill in the side plate screws that have been lost on reels, and we can keep the majority of these reels going. All right, another Jigmaster here. This one's very much feels very much frozen. Well, one of the nice things about a jig master is that you can open them up with a single screw take-apart system. Just simply pull this out. And I recommend, if you're thinking of buying one of these, if you're at a local market, maybe a garage sale, flea market, what have you, if you see one of these and you want to know a little bit more about the reel, ask the person if you can remove the side plate. You just simply pull it out, twist it, and it should pull off. And what we have here is a problem with this reel. The free spool release will not work. The reason for that is that the pinion gear is frozen to the shaft of the spool. That's why this one's in and doesn't turn. And well, we got a fix for that. I actually have done a video on this one. It requires you to pull everything off this side plate and then apply heat to the pinion gear so that you can remove that. Well, I have a high expectation we're going to be able to make this one work again. And right now we just need to button this one up, put that off to the side, and kind of move on. Here's another one, missing the side plate bearing. Easily remedied. All we need is one of these, and that'll make that go. So I think you're starting to see a trend here. And the trend is that the reels tend to suffer a lot from just exposure and, well, what I'll call customer abuse. I got two things going on here. The spring is broken on this release, and I'm also noticing that the side plate is cracked here. So that's two side plates that are cracked. So we're seeing what I'll call a fatal flaw in those. All right, missing screw. Loose handle. Interesting how once you notice what these flaws are, missing screws, now it's not just a matter when you're doing the servicing of a reel like this to just replace the parts. What I do, and what I've told the captain I will continue to do, is this is my chance to get in and make sure that they don't fail again when a customer is using them, at least not in the near term. Of course, you can't always, rule out that something's going to happen, that something's going to shake loose, somebody's going to ram the reel into a side post or something. But you can take care with preventive maintenance on 95% of the stuff that's going to happen to a reel mechanically. So when these come in for service, I just don't throw two screws in there and say, here, you're good to go again. Rather, what I do is I take the reel completely apart, I clean it, inspect it, make sure that any internal parts that are worn, like a drag washer and the like, are replaced, and then get it out there again. I have no clue what's going on with this one. Nothing's turning here. Maybe bad drag washers, not sure. All right, another Penn Delmar. That's kind of what we started with. Another missing cap. Themes, right? This is a Penn Long Beach. This is the 65 Long Beach. That seems to work. Don't know what this one. Sometimes they're just internal. Sometimes it's weird stuff that happens that you can't tell right away. Well, I guess one of the notes here is if you're going to be doing this for fun and profit, notice some of the things that are going on here. So Antonio, who watches this channel a lot, it's Geneva Quick Fix, he's always telling me about how he's running into issues with parts. And, well, I don't stock a lot of parts, but I do carry a lot of screws, that's for sure, because as we can see, there's more of these screws that are gone, right? But there's something here that concerns me. You can see that we have a gap here in this spool, right here. That shouldn't be, right? That spool should be tucked in tight. What I'm thinking is some of this line got behind the spool. This was probably adjusted very loose, got behind there, jammed it up, and that's why you're hearing what you're hearing. So again, when we take the reel apart completely, we'll figure all of that out. Broken handle. Missing screws. This one's got a bad reel seat. It's missing 3 screws. Wow. That one took a while to fall out, didn't it? Missing handle. Now, this always makes me wonder a little bit on this. So somebody went to great lengths on this one. This will probably just be used for parts. We are missing the star adjuster, the handle screw, and the handle tie down. Go figure that one out. All right, well, I think we're getting a picture of these. Not sure what's going on there other than it's making a lot of noise. A lot of times it could be something as simple as this. It's not. We'll find out. Well, I guess we can go on and we'll probably just see the same things. Missing screws, missing pieces, broken side plates. That's the common issues that we have with these. And, well, if nothing else, as the winter progresses, we'll have some what I'll call fill-in projects to do. We'll be able to take a moment here and a moment there, work on a few of these. There's no rush to get these back. He sails again in March. That's several months away at this point. And he's just said, take care of them, make sure they're ready to go in the spring. And we will do that. Well, I hope that this little overview gives you a couple of ideas about a few things. One is, if you are looking for things to do, fishing reel-wise, contact your local fishing marinas. That's always a good place. Find captains of charter boats and ask them if they need a hand with the reel repair. Also, you might want to contact local fishing clubs. A lot of time those fishing clubs have members that have reels that need service and repair. I belong to two of the clubs in northeast New Jersey, Hudson River Fishermen's Association and the Saltwater Anglers of Bergen County. And although I don't actively seek reels, whenever I'm at those meetings, folks seem to have reels that need repair, and they're looking for somebody that they can rely on to do the servicing of that. So those are two places, if you're looking to start a business, I would go to right away. Your local clubs and your local marinas. And if you happen to do a lot of fishing on a particular charter or party or head boat, ask the captain if he has a steady source of somebody to repair reels, and get started. And as you'll see, once you get familiar with one type of reel, these are Penn reels, the internal structures are very much the same. The exteriors look a little bit different. The problems in the reels like these are very much the same across the board here, right? A lot of missing screws, broken side plates, bad handles, things that are not that difficult to repair. And once you know that, and you know how to service the internal mechanism on it, you'll be good to go. You can establish a business and grow it from there. Well, I hope that helps. Before I leave, I want to thank our first responders, our police, fire, safety, rescue, EMTs, everybody who's involved in keeping us out of harm's way. I appreciate your choice of a career, your dedication to task, and how you just work endlessly and tirelessly for the better of all of us. I also want to thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this segment. I want to encourage you to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, so go right ahead and hit that subscription button. You'll see the videos that I'm posting, when I'm posting them, and you'll probably find one or two out of the ones that I post that may interest you. And if you do, it's fun to watch. If you don't, I completely understand. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, wishing everybody a great day. Thanks for watching.